Yo, what is up, boys? Stoic Tang here with another YouTube video, and we really gotta touch upon the topic of just life. Now, what do I mean by just life? Simon, are you trolling me right now? Nah, I'm being 100% serious. Life is a crazy thing, okay? We are mostly lost. We don't have, or most of us don't have what it takes to be at peace, to be at rest. Our body just wants to go, go, go. I want to go, 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 achieve this. I want to go, 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 achieve that. I want to become this person. I want to become this thing. But what about who you are? What about what you are right now? Have you ever thought about that? Have you ever thought about just thinking about where you actually are right now? Instead of continuing saying go, go, go. Instead of continuing saying, what can I do next? What's my next course of action? What about just thinking? What about just praying? What about having God in your circle? Because what I've really found in the different times of life is that it's completely unpredictable. This is common sense. What are you talking about? It's completely unpredictable. One day you could be having the best day of your life. You could just be chilling. You could have everything going perfect in your mind. And then the next moment it could all just come crashing down. Or vice versa. It could be a completely crazy situation that you're in. And then the next day you'll just be good. You'll just be fine. But life is so unpredictable that you have to be grateful, that you have to thank God for the moment that you have, for what you have right now. Because at any second, you could just lose it all. In any second, you could just reset your happiness, your progress, your relationship, everything at the snap of a finger from God's fingers. You can lose everything. And what exactly that you want is not exactly what God wants. Because we, like you and me, we're just human. We want to say that I really want this person, that I really want this thing, that I really want to achieve this thing. But then maybe what we want is not going to be in our path. God says this is not in your path of life. Because he knows that something could destroy you. He knows that something could completely tear you down. And he sees things before you do. He sees every possible circumstance before you. Now, the fact is, I'm sorry for the audience, or my audience, that doesn't believe in God. And I'm not here to try and convince you. But you need to believe that there's just a creator. A creator who created everything. A creator who created you from nothing. And that creator doesn't need us at all. But we need them. Because in order for us to see, there's millions of people out there with eyes. That doesn't mean you have eyes that you can see. You know what I mean? We're given the ability to see. There's millions of people who have ears, but they can't hear. Because we're given the ability to hear. Just being grateful for what we have right now is going to make you feel at rest. To make you feel at peace, with clarity, right? That no matter what happens to me, right now in this moment, that no matter what happens to you right now in this moment, or in the next week, or in the next month, or in the next year, or whatever time frame that you want to think about, that you're going to be okay. With or without anything, with or without anyone, with or without any car, any expense, any house. Because these are all fleeting. You're not going to keep it forever. Because we're all born into the world, right? We're all placed into the world by God, alone. And we all eventually die alone. As horrid as it sounds, it's just the complete truth of reality. That no matter what you want to hold and grasp upon, it's like holding sand and it just keeps falling out of your fingers, because the tighter you hold, the easier it is to slip past you. So instead of keep trying to hold and squeeze that sand, try and just appreciate the sand that you have. And you'll see that slowly, that sand slowly starts coming down slower. Just like how you look at an hourglass and suddenly time becomes way slower. Because you're appreciating every single grain that falls down. Because you're appreciating every single moment that passes. Every single moment that you experience. You know, our lives are just complicated in the things that we believe, in the things that we know, in the things that we want to know. But we're just not going to know everything. We're not going to know why we're in a situation right now. We're not going to know, why did God try and put me in this place? Why am I here? Why am I experiencing this? Why is it so hard? Why is my heart not at peace? All these questions that we're almost never going to get an answer with. Never going to get an answer to. And if we spend our whole lives chasing that answer, chasing that closure from life, we're not going to get it. We've just got to be, literally just got to be alive. We've just got to be alive. Every day that I'm alive, I'm blessed. Every day that you're alive, you're blessed. And also, just because you say you're religious, just because you maybe are religious, doesn't mean you're better than anybody. You're not better than the person, whoever it is, who doesn't believe in God. You're not better than anybody. Because we all started out as nobody. We are all basically nobodies. Just trying to find a spot in society. But you don't have to be part of that statistic. You can be part of the percentile that just chooses to be different. That just chooses to not be a part of the society, of the ruined and corrupted government, and no politics here, but ruined and corrupted life. Everything is ruined and corrupted if you really look at it now. People are not traditional anymore. That's one of the golden rules of any religion, that you're traditional. That you do things traditionally. You do things with poise, with confidence, without insecurity. And the fact is, I don't think we can reverse what's happened. I don't think we can reverse how a person chose to live their life. There's no time machine for this. You can't go back and try and fix what's already happened. You can't go back and try and change the course of action of your life. Whatever's happened has already happened, and it's for the best. It helps you learn. It teaches you a lesson. Because life is just full of lessons. All you do is just learn. I got this math problem wrong, and how do I learn from that? I gotta go through the notes. I gotta see what the solutions are. I gotta see how to solve it in a different way that might be right instead. Or maybe you're in a relationship and it didn't work out. You just gotta see, how can I become better for this next person? That's just how life's gonna work, you know? Truthfully, like, we cannot be as perfect as we want. We cannot be the best at everything that we do. We cannot be the smartest. We cannot be the strongest at every single thing that we do. And we cannot be perfect at every single thing we do. You want to be a mathematician. You want to be great at art. You want to be a content creator. Sure, maybe you could do all those three things. But there's going to be things in your life that you're not good at. That no matter how hard you tried to be good at it, like a sport, like an intellectual thing, like a Rubik's Cube, you're not going to be good at everything. You can't be possibly perfectly good in everything. You're going to have flaws. You're going to have imperfections. And the sooner we accept that I'm not perfect, that they're not perfect, that my teachers are not perfect, that everyone who's claimed to be successful is not perfect, that we're literally just kids running around on a floating rock, trying to say that we're all adults, trying to say that we're all gonna make the difference. Not everyone's gonna make the difference. Not everyone's gonna have significance. But like, your life matters so much more than you think it does. Because we like to just sit and then just say like, we suck, right? Like, we do something bad, we do a sin, or we fail at a sport, or we fail at a job, a company, we fail at classes, or whatever it is. We like to just say to ourselves this negative self-talk that we suck, that we're never going to amount to anything, that they're never going to like us, that I'm never going to succeed in my business. We always say these negative self-talk, no matter who we are. Like, we cannot lie, we cannot hide from it. We gotta try and not accept it, but try and reshape how we view life. Instead of saying, why didn't I get this person, or why didn't I get this job, or why didn't I get this thing, you could say, maybe God's redirecting me. Maybe God's trying to tell me that this is not right for me. That maybe I'm being redirected because I got something greater in the future. I got something better waiting for me, right? We've got to reshift and rephrase how we view and see and talk about life. And no matter how many videos or books or documentaries or experiences you might deal with, we're never going to know it all too. We're never going to know it all. As much as we want to, we want to know everything. We want to know why things work. We want to know how people think. We want to know everything. But we're not going to know everything. We can try. We can get close. We cannot know everything. And the sooner we accept that we are merely mortal beings with just the heart, you know. Everyone has a heart, whether it's cold or dark or sunny and bright. Everyone's got a heart at the end of the day. And we all feel things similarly. So we can't hide from anything. You know? Truthfully, we're all the same. We're all human. We're not something else. We're not biologically a plant. We're all people. We all love pleasure. We all love happiness in some sort of way. And we're not going to get that always. And the short-term happiness is never going to fulfill us. But the only way that you'll actually be fulfilled and feel at rest and at peace is if we truly find God. I root it back to God again. Why? Because truthfully, in only the remembrance of Allah, the heart will find rest. In only the remembrance of God, the heart will find rest. You can't rest as much as you can when you find God. Just sitting down, taking some time to pray for somebody that made life, your life, and every other person's life that you care about possible. He is our creator. And all he asks for is to give him some time every day. And we say we're too busy. We say we don't have the time, we're doing our work. We say we don't have the time to talk to him. We say we don't have the time to allocate for him in just a whole day. And we go to sleep and we think our hearts are going to be at rest. We think our hearts are going to be pure or innocent. If we can't even thank and be grateful to our Creator that made everything, that made us, and He only asked for one simple favor, to just pray a little. To pray the 5 prayers if you're in Islam. To call upon Him just a little bit more every day. Yet we can't do that because we think that every other obligation, that every other thing is more important than Him, is more important than what He asks from us. But if our parents told us that, who we biologically say that they made us, but who gave them the life to make them? Oh, their grandparents. No. The chain's going to continue all the way up and you're going to try and relate it to evolution. There's no explanation. There's just no more explanation. We're mortal beings. We're not invincible. We're not a divine creature. We are mortal. We are human. And humans feel so strongly about everything that without God, you seriously can't do anything right. Or you can't feel like you're doing anything right. Or you can't feel at peace. Your heart is rumbling. It's shaking. And you're crying. And you're angry. And you're disgusted. It's just so many of these other emotions that almost can't be fixed until you find our Creator, until you find the time for our Creator to say thank you. You know, I could keep ranting upon this and just talk for an hour, but I'm not going to do that to you guys. That's all I have today, Stoic Tang here. And I thank you guys for still watching, you know, the loyal members. I've got to keep posting more, but it's just not going the right way yet. So, see you guys soon. Peace out.